What's up, everyone? It's the Next Tape Podcast, episode 198 with Mikel and
Tanyka.
we have conversations on different topics. So we're going to be doing a 3-topic episode on today's episode. If I said today's episode 2 times already, my apologies. Yeah. So we're going to introduce you to those topics. Tanyka?
All right, so we're going to be talking about a common fruit juice that can help control your blood pressure and calm inflammation. We're going to be talking about suspensions that had been issued in elementary school in Waterloo. We'll talk about how many, because it's a lot. And then we'll be talking about a man that was charged with defrauding investors of $6 million. And we'll
Okay.
also be doing a bonus
Yeah.
as well.
Yeah. That's right. All right. Let's
All
go.
right, now let me pull up my notes
Mhm.
once I can find it, because got a lot. Okay. A Toronto man has been charged for allegedly defrauding 28 investors of $6.6 million they provided to trade in foreign exchange. Instead of putting investors' funds into individual trading accounts, the Ontario Securities Commission, or OSC, alleges Saeed Mohammed Ali Najomi, who goes by Ali Najomi, and
Mhm.
2 other individuals controlling Smart Prime Group used the money to pay personal expenses and other investors. None of them were registered to sell securities in Ontario. Najomi, who
Mhm.
is 46, was arrested and charged with fraud over $5,000 and possession of proceeds of crime, and then released on a $5,000 bail with a
Mhm.
surety, according to Ontario Court of Justice records. CBC Toronto first reported on him back in April 2024 after some of the investors he's now charged with defrauding sued Najomi to try to recover their investments. Mina Amini and her husband were among them. The couple invested $310,000 from their savings and a loan they were unable to repay, which has since forced them into bankruptcy. Quote, "We try to start again, but honestly, it's so hard. The OSC has helped us a lot. Without their help, we would have lost our hope." Those lawsuits, which are still before the courts and court records, alleged that Najomi solicited at least $3.5 million through Smart Prime Group while facing a fraud charge for a prior alleged investment scam. That charge was laid by Toronto police back in February 2019, but nearly 3 years later, the Crown prosecutor agreed to withdraw it after Najomi paid back the alleged victim, according to emails filed in Ontario Superior Court of Justice. The investor lawsuits allege Najomi likely used their money to pay the restitution. That's great. Court records show Amini and her husband invested their $230,000 business loan 10 days before Najomi made his second restitution payment in December of 2021. After the criminal charge was dropped in early 2022, the
Mhm.
lawsuits allege Najomi went on to defraud another $6.5 million. Wait, additionally, Lord,
Hmm.
from investors in the Toronto area's Parisian community. Najomi did not respond to requests for comment for this story. Of course he didn't. But in his statements of defense for the lawsuits, he denied all of the allegations against him. That doesn't mean anything. I'm assuming it's civil. Statement of defenses, they're boilerplate. Let's continue. Including that he engaged in a fraudulent scheme. Well, denying that he was engaged in a fraudulent scheme.
Wow.
Said his statements of defense, because he has multiple apparently, say the
Hmm.
investors' funds were loans that aren't yet due to be repaid. The criminal charges provide a little bit of relief for Encia Ramini, another of the 28 investors whose reporting to the OSC led to the criminal charges. Quote, I will not be happy until I see that full justice is done. He has to pay all of us. It's not only the amount of money that we have invested, it's the emotional distress that we have gone through. You can't put a dollar amount on it. Ramini was on maternity leave with her first child in 2022 when she invested 13,500 US dollars. So that's
Huh.
even more with Jomi for some extra financial support. By the time she discovered there was a problem in 2023, Ramini was pregnant with her second child, and she and her husband had signed a contract for a pre-construction home. Quote, I was counting on this money. Then right at the time, they said all of the accounts were frozen. There's no money. We can't give anything back to you. As a result, she
Huh.
says they couldn't afford to close on their house and lost
Uh-huh.
their $90,000 deposit. Ramini says there needs to be changes to how fraud is policed and prosecuted in Canada to make sure fraudsters pay back their victims and to deter others. I just want to say, I don't want to victim blame by any means, but
Uh-huh.
we've seen this kind of thing happen constantly. Like with this case, we've seen it with like the Jen Shaw of it all, housewife, if you don't know.
Yeah.
And not that I watched The Housewives, I need to preface that, but
Yeah,
anyone
yeah,
heard that
yeah.
story.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So, anyways, the the we see this happen so often that
Uh-huh.
every time I hear it, the same question always comes into my mind. What vetting are people doing before
Uh,
they're chalking up thousands of and thousands of dollars and investing that money and hoping it all goes well? There's so many of these situations, so many people who fraud that, like I've always said, I listen, watch, read true crime to learn how to protect myself. We have seen so many instances of fraud and of this kind of magnitude, because obviously there's different type of fraud, you know, fraudsters
mhm,
out there, right? And what they'll do.
mhm.
But we've seen this type of fraud happen so often that I'm like, what are we doing as, a common citizen? What are we doing to make sure that we are actually investing our money into something legitimate?
Right.
Not handing your money off to someone who says that they're going to invest your money. Because
Yeah.
chances are they are not going to invest your money, they're going to spend your money.
Yeah. There's been a lot of scams like that. Like, it's sad. Like, like, there's scams on like YouTube where like,
Mm.
I'm just saying like the prime. If I'm going off topic, but like,
Well,
I think
fraud is
this is
fraud,
part.
so it's not
Yeah,
really
yeah,
off
yeah.
topic, I'm sure.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, so it's on topic. Okay, all right, my bad. Okay, so as I'm going right now. So like there's been like a lot of scams on YouTube, like basically showing that the prime minister saying that he'll give you a fund, a money, etc. Like I
Mhm,
go on YouTube like almost like every day. Like I watch YouTube. And I always see
mhm,
like the prime minister on there or
mhm.
Elon Musk
And now
or
are these, like, videos that
yes.
it's not like commercials, like, in between videos or whatever, it's
Yes,
actual
and it
videos.
sounds like somebody else's voice or
Got
whatever.
it.
Yes.
That to me seems like that is yeah, that is fraud in the sense of it's someone portraying themselves as somebody else
Yeah.
and, like,
Eh,
trying to,
yeah.
it's kinda like fishing, but on YouTube.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
kinda
and it's
weird.
and it's YouTube should crack down on that because somebody like who's
Yeah.
senior, who's like who
It's
like
their
w
responsibility to make sure that
yes.
the videos that are being posted on
Yeah.
their website is following their policy, and to me, that
Yes.
doesn't seem like that's following the policy.
Yeah, yeah. For well, like, the last, like, few days, I noticed, like, there haven't been any, but, I will say, like, a couple of weeks ago, I saw a few from, like, yeah, obviously Prime Minister Mark Carney, Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos, like,
Yeah.
yeah. So yeah, YouTube's got like,
Like
crack
people
down
that
on it.
people like if, someone is,
Yeah.
gonna
Yeah,
believe
yeah,
that, oh,
yeah.
this person's, it's kinda like, catfishing is obviously a form of fraud,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
And it's kind of like someone believing that
Yeah.
Tyler Perry
Yeah.
wants to be with them,
Yeah.
or like something like
Yeah.
that, which that's a true
Yeah.
that came up back in my memory because that person was at Dr. Phil.
Mhm.
Ugh, but still. But that's what I mean. It's like we are
Yeah.
so quick to trust as a human race and to believe that
Mhm.
something is true. But again, it's like just off the top of my head, we know like I've heard of at least 3 or 4 different cases of people pretending that they are reputable investors. Hell, there has there's a case
Yeah.
that I heard some time back. I think it's on Smug Shots, if I'm correct. If people know that show, I haven't actually watched it, but I've heard of it. Um, that there was a person who actually worked with a reputable company. So even then, sometimes you can't fully trust who you're investing your money with. But
Yeah.
I personally feel like, because like, I know you invest into things and stuff like that, but you're investing into
Yes.
companies, reputable
Yeah,
companies that
yeah,
you
yeah.
know they're not gonna
Yeah.
take your
Yeah.
money and
Yeah.
run.
Yeah.
That's something that I would be more comfortable with, or
Mhm.
investing
Mhm.
your money into, like, a GIC or something like that, right?
Yeah,
With a
definitely. Yeah.
reputable
Yeah.
bank that isn't
Yep.
going to
Yeah.
take money and run. There are
Yep.
ways to invest safely. Like, obviously, you're
Mhm.
obviously always going to be at a risk because 'cause you're depending on the stock market,
Mhm.
but at least then, okay, something might drop and you might lose some money, but you're not gonna lose
Mhm.
all of your money
Yeah.
the way you would if you're handing it off to someone that's just saying, "Oh, I'll invest your money." And again, this is clearly a person. I don't know if he's Parisian, but this is clearly a
Uh,
person who might be Parisian who is targeting his own community, which that's a whole other layer to it. Where it's like, okay, so you're just targeting people who you should be like, your community. Why would you want to hurt your own community? But that's
mm,
exactly the thing because, we see that with certain backgrounds where they want to stick within their own community and they trust someone just because they're a part of their community. And I feel like this person really targeted that. And that's also really frustrating. I don't know our laws around this type of thing. 9 times out of 10 when I hear about these types of cases, it's usually in the States. So I don't
mhm.
know what we do to combat these things, but honestly, the 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 only thing you can do, which I think is the same case anywhere else, is once the fraud has happened, then is when you can deal with it. And of course, they're going to award, you know, payment to the victims,
Mhm.
whether you're in Canada or in the States or whatever, they're going to do that. The chances of you actually seeing that money, though, is absolutely slim to none. You're never going to see it unless you can sell your rights to your story and then maybe you can make money that way. But like, that's it. And this person isn't like an OJ Simpson, where that's what he could have done because that's what the families did. You're not going to profit off of this story. Any money you make is coming to the families because they were awarded money civilly. If if he wasn't who he was, they wouldn't have seen anything. I don't think they ever did anyways. They didn't say anything anyways. Um, so
Mm,
that's what I mean. Like we the justice system can do what it can, but there's only so far that the justice system can actually go with making sure people
mhm.
get their money back. You're never going to get your money back. So that means, as people, we have to be so cautious about what we do we are somewhat culpable for for our own actions. So, but like I said, I don't wanna sound like I'm victim blaming, but I'm more so trying to say is we need to learn from past cases so we don't repeat those same mistakes. Otherwise, those things happened in vain. That's all I'm saying. Anyway, let me finish the article here.
Yeah.
Um, so, quote, "We
Yeah, I
didn't."
hear what you're saying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We we didn't move and leave behind our family and relatives to come here and suffer again because we trusted. We said, okay, Canada is somewhere that we can receive justice. CBC Toronto has continued to report extensively on fraud since its investigative series. The cost of fraud revealed in 2023 that only a fraction of fraud cases were making it through Ontario's justice system. New numbers from Statistics Canada recently showed the problem has only gotten worse since then, with most such cases in Ontario ending with charges being stayed or withdrawn since 2020. For
Mhm.
Amini, the recent criminal charges have given her hope that justice can still be served for investors like her. I wish this fraud case will be resolved as soon as possible and the victim's money will be returned. And this case will serve as a clear lesson so no one else has to go through what we have experienced. So yeah, now Jeremy, well, he will be back in, I don't know when this article was, I can't remember, but we'll see if we have
Uh-huh,
an
uh-huh.
update on that at all. Um,
Right.
so yeah, that's basically that. I don't know where the common fruit juice notes are, but hey, I think I don't know where that is. Hold on. No, that's zero sugar. That's the zero sugar. Hold on. I'm going through
Uh-huh.
here. Do do. Um, nope. I don't know where it is. That's fine. I still have two other ones.
Uh-huh.
So we'll just do the what I have here. Okay.
Alright.
The next topic. So
Mhm.
the suspensions. So suspensions have been issued for 1,351 elementary students in Waterloo region. This is as of 3 days ago.
Mhm.
So, a little bit about what's going on here because how does this
Huh.
happen? So, suspensions have been handed out to more than 1,300 elementary students in Waterloo region because their caregivers failed to update their vaccination records. The suspensions
Right.
went into effect on Thursday. According to the Immunization of School Pupils Act, ISPA, students must get their shots for measles, mumps, rubella, diphtheria, tendinitis, polio, meningitis, pertussis, whooping cough, it's whooping cough,
Mhm, mhm,
and
mhm.
varicella, chickenpox, which, listen, you must get a vaccination for chickenpox. Back in my day, we all just got chickenpox and lived with it.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
You gave it
Yep.
to me, then I'll give it to somebody else. This is what you
Mm.
did.
Mhm.
And I
Mhm.
survived. Of course, I was itchy
Yeah.
and
Oh, yeah.
miserable,
Yeah.
but I
Yeah.
survived.
Yeah.
Lived to tell the
I
tale.
there's been there's a bunch of people that have chickenpox, like, for the second time. I'm like, how does that
Like
happen?
people, like ones for us. Yeah, it can. You
You
can.
cannot. Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
Yeah. You can get chickenpox twice.
Okay.
Yeah. If you've never had the vaccine, but yes, you can get
Okay.
chickenpox
Okay.
twice. And obviously, like, I think our generation is like the last generation that
Mhm.
got chickenpox as my brother was vaccinated for chickenpox
Uh-huh.
um when he was a baby. So I I'm like, where was that when like
Mhm.
I was 5 years old and got the chickenpox? Like, and I know
Right.
exactly who I got it from too.
Right.
If he's listening to this, you know who you are.
Mm.
Um, but, yeah, so we
Mhm.
survived, but I joke because I do think it's important for people to get the chickenpox
Mhm.
vaccination, not so much about the chickenpox itself because it's harmless, but, because of the fact that you can get shingles.
Right.
That is what I'm worried about. I will
Okay.
be getting the shingles vaccination once I turn 50. I ain't messing with that. My
Mm,
grandpa had shingles. It's brutal.
mm.
Um, anyways, let's continue.
It, how brutal is it? Do you like
Oh,
how it's like?
shingles?
Yeah,
Oh, it's
like does
brutal. It's
it?
painful.
Mm,
It's painful. Um, yeah. Like, have you
yeah.
seen like
Okay.
those shingles commercials?
Yeah, I have. Like, I just
Yeah.
wonder. I just want. Like, maybe I have to do some research on it, which I
No, no,
should.
no.
But like,
It's bad. It's not fun. It's chicken. If I could just get chicken pox again, I'll survive that. But
mhm,
shingles, no way.
mhm,
It's painful. It's like I don't know much about because when my grandpa had it, I was
mhm,
12. No, I
mm,
was definitely younger than that, maybe 10.
okay,
Um, and so I don't know a lot of the details of what he experienced, but it is not a fun situation to be dealing with. It's
mhm,
very, very painful.
uh-huh,
Um, and like they say, because we've had the chickenpox virus, the
mhm,
shingles virus is already in our system lying dormant. So
mm,
that's why they say like to get the shingles vaccination. But obviously for children, obviously from 2000 and whatever, like say 2000, 2001, who've been getting the chickenpox vaccination do not need to worry about the shingles vaccination because they don't have shingles dormant in their body. So eventually the shingles vaccination is going to be obsolete because no one's going to need it.
oh, okay,
Yeah.
right, okay, hmm,
And you do have to pay for the shingles vaccination. Unless that changes by the time we have to do it,
mhm,
you do have to pay for it.
mhm,
Imma pay for it. I'm fine. Anyways,
mhm,
um, okay, so parents are also required to share their child's immunization records with their school board. If they don't or fail
mhm,
to file
mhm,
a valid exemption, the student may be suspended. Region of Waterloo Public Health said letters were sent out to the parents of 9,234 elementary students earlier this year, reminding
uh-huh,
them to update their child's records. That number had dropped to 7,065 by March. As of May 6th, the May 6th deadline,
mhm, mhm,
1,351 suspensions were issued in Waterloo Region. Public Health said that was consistent with historical trends. Quote, vaccines help protect children from serious illness, said Dr. Su Li Wang, the
mm,
region's medical officer of health, said in a media release. Keeping students up to date with their vaccinations is an important part of protecting the health of our community. Students who were suspended can return to the classroom once their records are current. Public Health said they can help with updating records or make sure students have all of the vaccines they need. Anyone with questions can contact the unit at 519-575-4400. I mean, listen, everyone's thoughts on vaccines is different.
mhm.
I don't particularly understand anyone who will not get vaccinated. Despite my thoughts and feelings on the COVID vaccination, that is
Yeah, yeah,
different.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Um, but yeah, I mean, I was vaccinated. And if I
mhm,
could have gotten the chickenpox vaccination, my mother would have done that too. Like,
mhm,
yeah, no, we're a family that believes in being vaccinated, not
yeah,
to
yeah,
only protect your own
yeah,
child, but to
mhm.
protect other children as well. So,
There's yeah, well, there's people out there who don't believe in that stuff, which
I
I
know.
don't understand
I mean, I
that.
can maybe understand it to an extent where like it's a religious reason why you don't feel like it. I can maybe get it, but
Uh-huh,
but I don't really get it because like
uh-huh.
again, like people can die from certain
Yeah,
things, right?
yep, yep, yep. You're putting yeah, like, and then the child as well. Like you're putting your child in danger as well, in my opinion. We're not
Yeah,
getting vaccinated or not even taking vitamins at all. Like there's parents that do that. There's parents that like won't let their child take vitamins. It's like what do you call that? Generation no, I don't. Is it like generational trauma? That's what you call it. But is that generational trauma? I would say is that
I don't know the reason why people decide, besides the religious reasons. I
uh-huh.
don't understand why people do it. I think it's truly just, it could be more so the generational trauma. It could be more of, well, my parent didn't vaccinate me and I'm fine, so I'm not going to vaccinate my child.
Yeah, that's
Or
not
it's like
that's
some sort of belief.
but
Or
te
in today's world,
yeah.
because of the words of certain people like, oh, I don't know, Jenny McCarthy, and RFK today,
Uh-huh.
um, it's also the fact that people are like, well, I don't want my child to have autism, so I don't want to vaccinate them. No joke.
Misinf
Those
yeah,
are the things that people think. And it's like,
misinformation. Yeah.
yeah, and it honestly, that particular, I mean, RFK Jr. is just spreading that like wildfire now, but it didn't
Mm,
start with him. It started with Jenny McCarthy. As a she's a mother of an autistic child, and she was spreading this misinformation
mhm,
like what was it, like a decade or so ago, or even more than that. So it's like I remember
mhm,
reading somewhere someone saying, "So you would rather have a dead child than an autistic child?" That makes sense, doesn't it?
mhm,
It doesn't make
mhm.
sense. Like,
Yeah,
I just will never
yeah.
understand. My ex-husband almost died when he was a kid of, I think he had meningitis. He
Mm,
almost died. And
mhm,
it's not that his family doesn't believe in vaccinations and all of that. It's not even about that, but he's still caught, again, he was in Jamaica, so I don't know how the vaccination situation works over there. I'm not sure.
mhm, mhm,
Um, like it does here, but he almost died. So it goes to show there's reasons why in Canada, and I'm going to assume also in the States as well, there's reasons why we have immunization expectations, right, for
mhm.
children, because
Right,
these children can either contract these diseases and be very sick or die. Children are one of the more vulnerable populations.
right.
Why would you
Yes,
risk that?
I agree. Yeah,
I'll
you
never
shouldn't
get
be
it.
yeah, you shouldn't risk that. You should always let
No.
your child be vaccinated, right?
Yeah.
So,
Being
yeah.
vaccinated sucks in the sense of, like, those needles
Mhm.
are can be brutal.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
And obviously,
Oh,
as a parent watching your
yeah.
baby being vaccinated, because vaccinations, I at least remember from my mom and my brother, that, I'm pretty sure my brother started being vaccinated at 6 months old.
Uh,
So, it's brutal, obviously, as
mhm.
the parent watching your baby be in pain, um, but, you know,
Yeah, you
it's
just
what needs
gotta
to be done.
yeah.
And as my grandmother would say, "Better before you're married."
Mhm.
I don't get why that's a thing, but, there's a Jamaican saying for you.
Yeah,
Better
you
before you're
just have
married.
yeah, you just have to do your research.
Yeah,
Just do your research. Don't listen to what
misinformation.
yeah, yeah, that's
Don't
what it's
listen to a
yeah.
woman who is mostly famous for being married to a new kid on the block. But
Yeah,
anyways,
famous
famous for being in
influence.
Scary
Yeah,
Movie
yeah,
2.
like, yeah, yeah. Anyone that's famous, like, that just coming off, like, of, like, being a celebrity or,
Yeah.
influencers, don't listen to people. Just do your they're school for a reason, or talk to your doctor as well. They know
Oh, exactly.
yeah, they know more,
But
so
again, I'm not, what I'm more referring to are people
mhm,
who just wake up one day and is like, "I don't wanna vaccinate my children." I'm not talking about people who, for religious reasons, have that because
mhm,
that is
mhm.
beyond my scope of understanding. Um, so I don't wanna mess with that so much.
Well, and then they spread and then they feel like they gotta tell the world too on why, and then
Listen,
that's dangerous.
yeah, here's the thing. If
Yeah,
it's for religious reasons, I'll
yeah.
respect your religious reason to not do something, but I also then respect my decision to do something. But
Mhm,
that's a whole other topic of conversation when it
mhm.
comes to, sometimes uber religious people being pedal pushers. That's a whole
Yep.
other conversation. But yeah. Anyways,
Yeah.
get
So
vaccinated.
yeah, I yes, that's right. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
So I do have one, a little fun one. It's
Okay.
it's a long one with like video games,
Okay.
right? So I had this like, argument with like a lot of like well, I would say like it's been a week now since like people have been like, talking about this. So like there's been this game called Marvel Tokon, I would say,
Okay.
right? Uh that was announced like I think during I believe it was either announced during one of the PlayStation showcases, or I think the game, or I can't remember when it first got announced. But they showed some like, trailer, exclusive trailers, etc. I think it was last week, and they showed like, Captain America, Iron Man, Hulk. There was some controversy on Hulk, right? But it's people are like, in the 50-50 with Hulk. Now the controversy is with Black Panther, right? So
So what's the
because
controversy?
okay, so because it's not, T'Challa as Black Panther, the
Okay.
devs of the game picked Shuri.
Aha.
So the fans have a problem with Shuri being the Black Panther in the game,
Can
right?
I ask
Because
why are we
I
having an
don't
issue with
listen,
that?
I don't know. To be fair with you, I just think because people are big fans of T'Challa,
Oh, of
and T'Challa
course.
has
Of
been around for
course.
60 years,
Yeah.
right?
But again, I think
I
we're also thinking
yeah,
about, well,
yeah,
obviously more modern sense of, Chadwick
yes,
Boseman and everything. Yeah.
yes, yeah, yeah,
Bringing
yeah,
that character
yeah,
to
yeah, yeah,
life in the
yeah,
universe. Yeah.
and a lot of the T'Challa fans blame the MCU for that happening because you know, the Shuri, because Shuri was only Black Panther in the comics for not a long time
Right.
to versus to T'Challa, who's Black
Right.
Panther for like for a long time.
Yeah.
But to be fair with
But what are
you,
we blaming MCU for? Are we blaming MCU for Chadwick Boseman dying from cancer? I'm confused. And that's really the only
yeah,
reason that
yeah,
that
yeah,
happened.
they're blaming the MCU because they didn't
Blaming the MCU
recast.
for his cancer. Okay.
They didn't recast
Trying to
him. They
understand.
didn't recast him fast enough, and
They
if
didn't
they
want to
recast him,
recast him,
Shuri
though.
wouldn't be Black Panther.
They didn't want to recast him.
Yes,
They wanted to
yes,
they wanted to respect Chadwick Boseman and being in that role,
hmm
and they didn't wanna recast him.
yeah, because like it was.
Like,
I felt
if
like
you don't know anything, don't complain about something that you
yeah,
literally can do a Google search on.
yeah. And to be honest, it's like yes, they have recasted like Batman for their argument,
That is so
Batman,
different, though.
and then they recasted like characters like Superman,
Again,
Spider
that's
Man.
so
Yeah,
different, though,
yeah, but
because that's something that happens.
mhm,
That's especially, well, Spider-Man is one thing because Spider-Man is a whole separate situation because
mhm,
of,
yeah, so yeah, so
different companies
yeah,
owning the
this
rights to
company, yeah,
that.
yeah, 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 yeah,
But in terms of DC, though, that's something that they've always done.
mhm,
They've always changed, the characters. They've always changed the
uh-huh,
Batman. They've always, the actor who's doing that will have, like, either a movie or 2 or maybe 3 for Christian Bale.
mhm,
So,
mhm,
like,
uh-huh,
they're always doing that. They've been doing that since the '90s or
yeah,
'80s maybe. I don't know
yeah,
when they first started doing the Batman movies, but that's what they've been doing.
yep,
That's
well,
not new. Just like they
well,
change, what's his face? James Bond all the time, like, that's not crazy because that's what they've been doing. And there's no guarantee that down the line, once they kind of go through what
Mhm.
they're going through, that the MCU isn't going to have a revamp and be like, okay, let's bring out another Iron Man. Let's bring out a new Captain America. Let's
Yep.
do what we were doing with Spider-Man
Mhm.
because of stuff. So let's do that.
Mhm.
Um, and start this whole universe over again. They could
Mhm.
do that.
Mhm.
But I don't think they were planning to do that anytime soon at the time of Chadwick Boseman's death.
Yeah.
It was sudden.
Yeah.
There was no I mean, I do not know what they knew, if they
Yeah.
knew he had cancer,
Yeah.
because 'cause I'm pretty sure I don't know if he had cancer the first time he appeared in the MCU, but he
Um,
definitely did at
I
the
yeah,
time of the first movie.
I heard I heard some rumors that he had
Yeah, I'm trying to
during,
remember
like, the
when he got it.
first Civil, like, it was Captain America Civil War when he appeared.
So that yeah, but I don't know when he had cancer. I feel like he might have been
I
just
think
diagnosed at that.
yeah, I think he had it between that and the
Yeah.
first Black
No,
Panther
he
movie.
definitely had cancer in the first
Between
movie.
yeah,
100% did.
yeah,
But it's more about, like, when was he diagnosed? I'm pretty sure he was di if he hadn't yet been diagnosed at the time of his
mhm,
appearance
mhm,
in Civil War, he would have been diagnosed not long after.
mhm.
And he hid it from the
Yeah,
public eye. He
he did.
didn't tell anybody.
Yep, he did.
Um, it wasn't until people were seeing pictures of him and commenting on the fact that he didn't look well, and they were saying worse things, but, like, he didn't look well, he looked sick,
Mhm,
and all of
mhm,
this,
mhm,
and it
mhm,
wasn't
mhm,
until his death that it was actually confirmed. He
mhm,
had cancer.
mhm.
So, I do not know what execs knew in the MCU. I think they did know, but
Y
they
yeah,
I'm pretty
I
sure they did know.
the executive producer said I'm not sure. Maybe he could just
Yeah.
maybe they spoke in private and just,
I don't see how he can hide that very well because from what I remember is he
mhm,
definitely had moments of struggle while filming the first movie
mhm,
because he was sick.
mhm,
Um, but you like again as a viewer, you look at him and think he's perfectly fine, right?
mhm, mhm,
So, but again, it's like the MCU did not plan on his death. It was
mhm,
sudden, it was quick. You know what I mean? Like, and we had just been introduced to him, to not just introduced to him, but he finally got his own movie.
mhm,
And we're not just getting little snippets of him from like Civil War or whatever.
mhm, mhm,
We're
mhm, mhm.
actually getting
The
like
full yeah,
his movie.
yeah,
He's the
yeah,
main focus.
yeah.
And and obviously having bits and pieces of him
Yep,
in Infinity War and
mhm.
Endgame as well.
Yeah, he looked a
Right.
lot worse between
He
those
did.
2 movies,
And it
I think Infinity or more so Endgame, I would say. 'Cause
Well,
I
didn't they
when I saw
film Infinity War and Endgame around the same time? Like, it was kinda close together anyways, or at the same time they filmed
was it
it?
long? I think it was a year, but
No, no,
what, a
it
few months
released a
between?
year apart, but they could
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure they filmed it all at one time. That's usually what
yeah,
they do.
probably, yeah, that's
Yeah, that's usually
probably
what happens, because I know, like, I mean
'cause I know they're filming, Secret Wars in a few months
yeah,
right now.
yeah, but,
Uh,
like, I know, like, with, like, Breaking Dawn, for example, or Breaking Dawn Part 1 and 2 and
yeah,
Harry Potter, the final 2 movies, I don't no, I'm pretty sure
yeah,
Harry Potter, they did film together. They filmed
yeah,
those 2 movies at the
yeah,
same time
yeah,
because it was the same book, and if you wanna
yeah,
think of it in that sense.
yeah,
So, I'm pretty sure they filmed Infinity War and
mhm,
Endgame at the same time, but it was
mhm.
just released a year apart.
So, yeah. So yeah, so that's basically the reason why Marvel fans are like, not the Marvel fans, but, like, the T'Challa fans
Yeah,
who are fans of T'Challa
yeah.
are blaming the MCU for making Shuri,
But I think
become
I
the main
understand
Black
why they're
Panther,
doing it, though. I
and
understand
it's
why
not
they're doing it.
yeah, and I don't think it's I don't think it's Disney or the MCU, I just think
Yeah.
it's the devs that picked Shuri because Shuri is the main Black Panther right now, right?
Exactly, and that is exactly
So
why I'm like, I understand why they're doing it
yeah, yeah. So
because
like yeah,
I don't
so
I from at least from how I saw they end that
yeah,
2nd movie, there's
yeah,
gonna be a 3rd one, and she's gonna
yeah,
be the main focus again because obviously, you know,
yeah.
they're not recasting T'Challa in
So
the
like
movies
there what
because they killed him
so
off in
wait
the movies.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
So,
So wait a second. She's gonna be in Doomsday, actually,
okay,
right?
that
She's gonna
makes
be in
sense.
Doomsday. And they do handle multiverse stuff. So
Mhm.
we might get a new Black Panther in the third film. So
Well,
like
again, if we saw how this I it's
I know what you're talking about the second film, but we're
yeah.
going into Doomsday right now
No, I
where we're
understand, but what I'm
handling
trying to say no,
yeah, yeah,
I get
yeah,
it. But what I'm
yeah.
trying to say is just generally how they ended the 2nd movie. If
Yeah,
we're
yes,
talking about
yes.
multi-universes here, I'm just spitballing. What if
Yeah.
in the multi-universe we see something along the lines of what we saw in the 2nd movie, but, like, in the future? You see what I'm saying? I know I don't wanna spoil anything
Yeah, yeah,
if
yeah,
no
yeah,
one's seen
yeah.
the
I know.
movie, but, personally, how I saw they ended that 2nd movie, I'm like, what?" Like,
Yeah, yeah,
that's their way of
yeah.
honoring
Mhm,
T'Challa in the movies.
mhm,
That's their way of doing it,
mhm.
and until things progress
It see
towards a
that to
different
that.
Black
See
Panther,
see
she is our main Black Panther, and I thought she killed it, so what is the problem?
the the T'Challa fans don't like it either way. So
Oh, why?
some of them didn't watch the second film,
You
and
should.
some of them don't want T'Challa Junior. They want T'Challa
I'm
to be
sorry,
recasted.
y'all. If you want T'Challa, then you
Yeah.
maybe need to find yourself a witch and bring him back to life. They're not going to do it, though,
Yeah,
because
yeah,
it's kind of like with Fast and Furious when
yeah,
Paul Walker died.
yeah.
They didn't necessarily wanna recast that character. Now, mind you, we had Paul Walker in that character a lot longer than we had Chadwick Boseman in his, but,
Mhm,
they didn't wanna recast him. They wanted to honor him
mhm.
and then let him go. That is what they wanted to do.
Yeah.
And I think that is what the MCU chose to do because we didn't have him long enough in that role. And for people who I'm okay, I wanna say I'm a T'Challa fan, but I'm a Chadwick Boseman fan,
Mhm.
and he brought that character to life for me.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
would have been peeved if any other person tried to take that role right
Mhm.
after his death.
But
I would have been very upset.
but
So,
but but
you
the
know,
T'Challa fans would tell you something different.
I'm
We
sure
wanna
you
recast,
would, but, like
#recast
but
T'Challa
I'm sh but
at the
when I
at
think
that
of
time.
who's out there right now, I
Mhm,
can't picture anyone who could have done it any justice.
mm,
Not like him. So it's like they wanted to honor him. They did.
yeah,
They really did. It was, if you saw that spoiler alert, if you saw that
mhm,
first
mhm,
scene where they're like honoring him because they do kill him off in the movie,
uh-huh,
and we don't see it obviously because he's not there, but they
yeah,
do we do understand that he has passed away.
yeah,
And they honored him so beautifully. And they left it there, they moved on, they had to. I think it would have been a uproar even more so, and I'm
mhm,
not talking about comic fans, because I
yeah,
believe
yeah, the comic fans are yeah, different
with
than
Black Panther, it
yeah,
goes far beyond the comic
yeah,
fans.
yeah, yeah,
This This was for Black people generally. There were
mhm.
people who were non-MCU fans
Oh, yeah,
who went to go
non-comic
see
book
that
fans,
movie.
yeah, that wanted to
Yeah.
see a black man in a positive light,
Yes.
yeah,
Yes. That see a Black man in a superhero role. We've not had that before.
mhm,
And there were just people who were not Marvel fans, who didn't give a about the
Mhm.
MCU,
Mhm.
who went and gone and saw that movie. And it was one of the most talked about, anticipated movies of all time at that
Mhm.
time. They didn't get to profit off of that again
Mhm.
because he passed away.
Mhm.
And I think it would have been tragic to see someone else in that role so soon after we we didn't get a second movie with him. Like, we just didn't get that.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
and I loved the idea, and I think I'm not sure how the second movie did in terms, in
It did
comparison with the
it did
first
it did
one.
it did well. I watched
I
it. It
that
was
Oh, no, I did. No,
yeah.
clearly, 'cause I know what
Yeah.
happened. I went to go see it for sure. Um, but because again, I loved the idea of a Black woman playing that role, and
Mhm.
I was fascinated by that because in a world right now where Black women are seen as one of the more inferior people
Mhm.
in the
Mhm.
world, this was amazing to see. And, we got little glimpses and moments of Black women and being powerful in the first movie, and to see that be the main focus of
Mhm.
Black women being powerful in this role.
Yeah.
I think it would have done Chadwick Boseman proud to see that. So, it's just like
Yeah. Yeah. See
I this movie before, like, my boyfriend went to go see this movie, and he doesn't
yeah.
watch movies.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
He's a documentary guy, so
Mhm.
even he went to go see this movie when it came out.
It a lot of people are thinking if it's, because of Sherman being a Black woman, and it's because of that.
Yeah, and then
A
I
lot of
have
the
to
T'Challa
question you
fan
more, like,
yeah.
what's the issue with a Black woman
Yeah.
being in that role?
Yeah, and I don't I never had a problem I never had a problem with her being in
No,
the game or
no.
even in the movies as
Listen,
well.
he wouldn't have been fully who he was without
Yeah,
her,
yeah.
you know? He may have been Black Panther, but she made him Black Panther.
Mhm,
He would have been lost without her. So, as much as y'all wanna be mad that she's the main Black Panther, in this game, it's like,
mm,
okay, but think about it. She created the suit. She created, like, the different functions he could have had and he had in the suit. She did that. She did that.
mhm.
So in a way, she already was the Black Panther because she made that for him. So it's, that was his sister, y'all. Like, don't like let's not do this. But what I will say, just to keep, the peace, is I don't know how the setup of the game is, but
Mhm,
if why wouldn't like if you can choose who I've seen enough video games while my brother plays. Um, if you can choose your character, I'm assuming you can choose your character who you want to play. Why wouldn't they have the option for both the Black Panthers, not just her?
So they confirmed that they want to do new characters,
Okay,
iteration of characters. So
okay.
they did oh my god, they did other characters as well that had
But like from the newer
different characters.
newer in the
They
MCU?
also did Peter Parker and Penny Parker, so it's basically Peter Parker's long universe,
Oh,
uh, daughter in
okay,
the future,
okay.
right? If you read the comics, I understand, like,
No, I
she's
didn't even
never
know he had
shown
a
in, like
child.
yeah, yeah, she's never
Okay.
shown in the cartoon or the
Yeah,
live
no, I've never
action,
seen her.
etcetera. She's only shown it basically this is her first, I think believe her first video game appearance.
Okay,
So, like, yeah. So this is actually Sherry's first console video game appearance
okay,
as Black Panther,
okay.
right? She's been into, like, I believe I heard a couple mobile games,
Mhm,
which to us that doesn't really count. To be fair with you, this
okay.
is the
But
console
this is
games is
different,
what
yeah,
really count. Yeah.
yeah.
So with T'Challa, he's been into numerous games in the past.
Right.
Like, he's been to, like, Marvel. I don't think you know this game. Marvel
No,
versus Capcom Infinite.
no.
Uh, and then there was like Cosmic Invasion,
Mhm.
and then there's like Marvel Rivals. I believe that's your brother plays that game.
I
Rivals.
do know he did have a Marvel game. I do not remember which one it was because he hasn't played a
Yes,
Marvel game in a long time. But I do vaguely remember him like
Rivals.
picking T'Challa as like a character to play.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
and then Lego
Mm,
Marvels as well. Like,
mm,
yeah,
yeah,
he's in there as
He's
well.
had
He's in
Lego
there as
Marvels. Yeah.
yeah, he's in there as T'Challa,
Yeah.
uh, as Black Panther.
Yeah.
I think Sure in one. Though I don't know. I don't think Sure's in. Never mind. Forget it.
Yeah,
Surely
I'm going
no. I don't think so.
I mean, I
Sure's
get it in that sense then if they wanna
yeah
stick to the newer
yeah
characters.
yeah
Um, and I know this and, like, again, I'm,
yeah.
comparing with the video
Yeah.
game and then, like, the MCU, like,
Mhm.
the movies, obviously
Yeah. Yeah.
T'Challa is one of the more he's more of an quote unquote OG, in a
Yes.
sense. He's a newer OG, but he
Uh-huh.
was an OG nonetheless because
Uh-huh.
he popped up, as we said, in Civil War, for the
Yeah.
first time,
Uh-huh.
with his father was there,
Mhm.
right? Yeah, because they had,
Yeah,
like, a Lion
T'Chaka.
King
Yeah,
situation.
King T'Chaka.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
his
yeah,
name.
yeah. They had a, like, a Lion King situation,
Yeah, yeah,
which
yeah,
I thought was phenomenal.
yeah,
Anyways,
yeah,
but,
yeah. Like she's only been in one game. Like I'm saying that let her have this. Let her have this game. Let her have
well,
Marvel
that's
Token.
the thing
But
is
go
let
ahead.
her have this generally speaking,
Yeah,
Not even
yeah,
just with a video game, but just generally
yes,
speaking.
yes. But a lot of the T'Challa fans are just basically, no, we want T'Challa in this game. He is like he is what represents us black men, you know? You're
Okay, but it's
erasing
not just black men
T'Challa.
that's playing
And I'm like,
well, okay, hold on. I mean, I understand from, I guess, with that perspective, if you can
yeah,
relate
yeah,
more to T'Challa while
yeah,
playing, because playing
yeah,
a video game, I get that you kinda wanna stick to what you want and what you're
yeah,
kind of used to playing. So I understand that,
mhm,
which is why I go back to because as you said, they have Peter Parker and then Penny Parker. So
uh-huh.
that kinda goes back to my thing of why couldn't they have had both
Yeah,
to
yeah,
kind of give
yeah,
that,
I kinda
you know?
wonder, but that's the devs' direction. They wanted to just
Yeah,
go because they have a story mode too that,
yeah,
that's focused on Shuri,
got it,
right?
got
So,
it.
like, yeah, yeah.
But again, like, why couldn't I hear you, but I'm just
I don't
playing
know.
devil's advocate, I guess, because
Yeah,
I'm like,
'cause
I don't care that she's on I want let her be there. But
yeah,
I'm just saying, like, why not have both of them?
yeah,
Because,
yeah,
that's all I'm saying.
that's what they're arguing too, but
Yeah.
we weren't sure. Maybe they're gonna have,
And again, black
Chadwick.
women play video games too, you know what I
Yes,
mean? If you wanna use
yes.
that.
Yeah, maybe like I
So,
said, maybe they will have T'Challa in the future for DLC, future content, you know?
maybe.
Maybe. Like, 'cause I seen that they had, like, season 1, so I'm wondering if they're gonna have, like, season 2 with, like, more characters in the future. So, like,
Yeah.
that's my wondering. So, like,
I
yeah,
mean,
so that's
add them all in there. Hell, add Michael B. Jordan's
I
Black
don't
Panther in there too, why don't you?
Killmonger, yeah, yeah, I
I
don't
mean, Michael
I
B.
don't.
Jordan in anything is
Maybe they'll probably put them in there. But like, yeah, there was a lot of
yeah,
characters that are not in there as well. And that's from the Marvel universe. There's Ant-Man who's not in there. There's
we love an
basically
Ant-Man.
Spider-Man's Miles Morales is not in there as well.
Mhm, yeah.
There is what else? Jeez. There's like the Wasp is not in there. Uh, Kang is not in there.
Well, they're not gonna have
Uh
everybody, right?
Thor is not even in there either. So, like, at the end
Well,
of the day
Thor is an OG OG.
yeah,
So is
yeah, yeah,
Wasp for that matter, and
yeah, but,
Ant-Man
like,
too.
they went with Iron Man, uh,
Oh, so we're having
Captain
some
America
OGs. Okay.
yeah, yeah, Captain
Got it.
America, the Hulk,
Mhm.
and then Black Panther.
Got it.
So, those are the main and then the with, like, more characters as well, like the, uh, Spider-Man, uh, jeez, the X-Men as well, Storm
Mm,
as
okay.
well. Uh, so yeah, basically more X-Men characters, a
What
little
about
more,
Deadpool?
but
We should start adding
yeah,
Deadpool into there
Deadpool.
too.
I think they have Deadpool. Let me just check on that. I think they
Because
put
we
Deadpool.
love some Deadpool.
Uh,
Except for while I was watching Worst X Ever, which we'll talk about more when I do screen take. But
mhm.
the first episode of season 2 was a person that apparently they referred to as the Deadpool killer. And I'm like, Deadpool would never do what that guy did. Would never. Because again, it's about worst acts ever, right? So these are people who are abusing their girlfriends or partners or whatever. Deadpool would have never done that. The fuck? Keep
No,
Deadpool out of your mouth.
I don't think he's in. I don't think he's in
That's
this
unfortunate. We
franchise.
love
Yeah,
Deadpool.
yeah, yeah. But he might be. He might, like I said, he might be in future DLC. There might be adding more characters because this is
Yeah.
the same game
So, I
company
mean,
did Dragon
he's an
Ball.
anti-hero, right? So,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. So
But
this is the
that's why I
same.
love him.
Yep, this is the same company that did Dragon Ball Fighters. They did like 3,000 versions of Goku,
Yeah.
and yeah, like yeah, same company. That did that video game is doing this Marvel fighting game as well. So like, yeah, so it's it just feels like to me that it's a little bit like yeah, reputation versus and also a little bit it feels like a little bit of you're hating on Black women
You're
as
hating on
well.
Black women.
Yeah, yeah,
Exactly.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's just both. Like I understand that it's reputation for Black men. Cool.
Yeah,
Understand that.
no, I have nothing
We're
against
getting a
that.
lot of that now. Like if we were arguing back like 20, 20, 30 years ago, you might have a point, but we're getting
Well,
more of reputation now.
if you
Uh,
wanna go into that type of conversation,
Yeah,
what I'll say is, yes, Black men are definitely doing a little bit better in
yeah,
terms of representation
yeah,
or just
yeah, yeah, yeah.
recognition or anything like
Yes.
that, but obviously there is still a lot of work
Oh
to be
yeah,
done.
no. Yeah.
But when you look at Black women, as I said
Uh-huh.
previously, as we're
Mhm.
more inferior out of everybody, Black women don't get the recognition whatsoever. We just don't.
Mhm. Mhm.
Um, and then when you're also dealing with, when we hear things in the news about
Mhm.
these celebrities
Mhm.
who, you know, do horrible things to Black women, it brings us
Mhm.
down even more,
Mhm.
right?
Mhm.
Um, we're seen as lesser than even our white counterpart. So
Yep.
so it's just
Yeah, they're also talking about if Peter Parker's in the game, you know, could that their white counterparts, why not T'Challa, So
right,
yeah,
right.
but like the thing is,
And
it's
I
just
could
like
argue, like, why
that's
not,
yeah, yeah,
what's the other one? Miles Morales. Why
yeah.
not that?
I
Even,
yeah, because the
because
thing
again, that's
is
a Spider-Man of
yeah,
color. So, like,
yes.
why not?
Yeah, you know why? It's because, like, he's only been into one video game so far, and so
Yes, we
it's a
talked about
Sony
it.
thing. It's a Sony thing as well too.
Yeah,
They don't
yeah.
wanna market him yet,
Why
and
not?
not yet after, like because, like, the
Because
first
that character is in the Spider-Man Spider-Verse, right? Into Spider-Verse,
yes.
right? But, like, so okay, so Spider-Verse came out, the first one came out, what was it?
Yes, that's a
It's
Sony
been a
thing.
while now.
That's a Sony thing. See,
Yeah, but
the
why
thing
would
is
you not want to? What is it about that character that's
because
stopping you
they
from
don't
marketing him?
see, it's so confusing. The thing is, the MCU wants him. Sony won't give him up until that the
No, of
trilogy
course they
finishes.
wouldn't.
Sony does not want until the trilogy finishes. That's been news.
Yeah, and that makes sense
Yeah,
based on, previous
yeah,
Spider-Mans
yeah, yeah,
before that,
yeah.
because they
But
held on to, Tobey Maguire's as well as Andrew Garfield's.
yes,
Those were their Spider-Mans.
yes.
Yeah.
But like, but
So when are they
the so
completing the trilogy? Because they have 2. So
yeah,
they're
they have to
planning on
finish
a
it.
trilogy, so when's
Yeah,
the 3rd one coming?
yeah, finish the trilogy, and then they'll give. the MCU Miles Morales.
Ugh,
So, and then it will all play out in the future where, when Miles Morales will get his live action with the MCU, and then he'll probably
right,
be in more videos. He has one video game already, right?
right.
But, he'll be in more video games in the near future with like, Peter Parker, etc. Right? I
So,
don't know
like, out
why
of
they put Penny
curiosity
Parker, but
too,
it's
if they wanna do a live action
yeah.
movie with Miles Morales,
Yeah.
and I feel like we're getting to the end with our current Spider-Man in the MCU.
Yeah, yeah, he's getting another two more movies
He's in 2 more
after.
movies?
I think so. But they're
Fuck
probably gonna be.
yeah. I'm ready.
I think they're introducing Miles in one of those movies in the near future.
Yeah.
So like it's gonna
But
happen.
how is it gonna happen unless Sony does their 3rd movie?
It has to deal with either. Well, there is like rumors that it has to do with like either one of like the multiverse s- situation with like Secret Wars that's coming,
Yeah.
and
And
they're
we've
putting
seen
a.
them do that with,
Ye
like, the bad
yeah,
guys
with
and the
the
other
3rd movie of
Spider-Mans.
the,
Yeah.
Tom Holland
Which is
Spider-Man.
my
Yeah,
favorite
multiverse.
one
Yeah, yeah,
because sorry, everybody, you may disagree, but Tobey
yeah,
Maguire is my favorite because he's the OG.
yeah, yeah,
So,
well, the
I was so
the
happy.
first Tom Holland one was my favorite is my favorite one in
Oh,
the
no,
MCU, but,
listen, I
yeah,
love him. He
yeah,
is
yeah,
after
yeah,
Toby, he
yeah,
was my favorite Spider-Man, like, I love
yeah,
him too.
mhm, mhm,
I think it's Andrew Garfield. It
uh-huh,
wasn't so much him, it
mhm,
was making it Gwen instead of MJ, it just threw
mhm,
me. But, I still like those movies too.
mhm, mhm,
But, again, he only did 2 as well, if I'm correct.
yeah,
But
yeah, he did
yeah,
too,
Andrew
yeah,
Garfield did 2.
yeah,
But Toby was is my favorite. I
mhm,
grew up
mhm,
watching him,
mhm,
so as
mhm,
Spider-Man,
yeah,
so, when they did that 3rd movie, I'm like, "Oh my god, I'm in love with this movie." Like,
yeah,
it was so there'll never be
yeah,
another one like it because 'cause
yeah,
that'll never
yeah,
happen again.
yeah.
But, yeah, so we've already
Going
seen
back.
him do it with that movie, so they could do something similar with Miles Morales,
Yeah,
but the problem is,
yes,
like,
they're go
when?
yeah, that they're just like like how they don't want to destroy it. Like Sony has done their own universe. If you heard in the past, they did Venom, they did like
Mhm.
Kraven the Hunter, they did Morbius.
Yeah, I didn't see Morbius, but I
Yeah,
watched the
yeah.
Venoms. I still need to watch the last one, but yeah,
Otherwise from
huge fan
Venom,
of
like
Venom.
Venom, Morbius, and etc. Those two, Morbius and Kraven the Hunter, and then what
I
was the
didn't
one
hear
with
good
the
things about
Madam?
Morbius.
Yeah,
I
yeah, it
heard
wasn't
Morbius
good. Yeah,
sucked,
yeah,
but I
yeah,
love Venom.
yeah, yeah,
Venom is
yeah,
great, in
yeah.
my opinion.
Mhm,
Clearly, because they did 3 movies and the 3rd one was the
mhm,
last one.
mhm.
Um, I love Venom. Venom was great.
Yeah,
But
it was
again,
great.
it's
Yeah,
like,
the
so do you
first.
own the rights to Venom? Where it's like, Venom I mean, Venom was obviously introduced to us in I think it was the 2nd Spider-Man
Mhm,
movie? So, Venom was already kind of introduced to us then. Um, so that doesn't surprise me that obviously Sony capitalized off of that once they did their own trilogy of Venom.
yeah,
But, but it's again, like, Venom is clearly a part of the MCU to some extent, like,
yeah,
could
yeah,
MCU now not,
yeah.
I guess, do their own Venom?
Mhm, mhm.
Make Tom Holland be, like, emo like they did with Tobey Maguire.
Yeah, 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 yeah,
But
they
yeah.
might do something. They might do something, but yeah, yeah, it didn't do too well. That their own universe didn't do too well,
No,
so they
Morbius
don't want to.
sucked from what I heard.
They don't want to destroy what they have with like the Miles Morales trilogy right now. So they don't want to like
But
intend
they
that.
didn't. Into Spider-Verse was
No, they just don't wanna destroy anything. So they don't want that's probably one of the reasons why they don't want it to be a crossover or do their own film with Miles Morales yet until they're ready to finish that trilogy.
Sony's
So they're
annoying.
being patient. So
Sony's
yeah,
annoying.
they're kind of okay.
Um,
So
yeah.
yeah, like I said, like Sony
Oh, I said
wants
Sony
to do their
sucked.
own
That's what
thing.
I
Like
said.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Sony wants like to do their own Spider-Man universe, right?
They've
And
already done
then
it.
they want to finish. Yeah,
They've
yeah, they
already
did it
done
with
it
like
twice.
yeah, and it failed. It failed. So that's why they don't want to they don't want to touch the
Well, no, their Spider-Man
finish.
trilogy, well, technically, the one trilogy
Yeah.
didn't fail. It
Yeah,
didn't.
the with the Tobey Maguire, the Tobey Maguire, that's a whole different situation. They just wanna
Yeah.
focus on this Miles Morales situation where
Okay.
it finishes
But
it
again, if they're
completely.
if he's a character that's in already into the Spider-Verse, they've done
Uh,
2 of those. Clearly, they haven't failed.
yeah.
So what's the problem? Like,
Yes, they have.
it's one of the
Yeah.
it's one
So,
of the best, like, movies that I mean, I haven't watched them,
yeah,
I will admit that, but I can see a box office,
yeah.
and they did really well. So I just don't understand, like, what's their
Mhm.
hold up? So sort of
It's
sucks.
because it's because, yeah, they wanna finish that, and then they'll give those Spider-Man Miles Morales rights to share with the MCU in the
Oh,
future. They wanna be patient.
annoying. You know what?
So, he
Annoying.
might show he might there's rumors that he might show up, like, in the multiverse with, Secret Wars, because in the comics, Miles Morales is
So
in
when
Secret
is that
Wars,
supposed to happen then,
right?
though?
He's Secret Wars is supposed to happen next year, 2027. So, the
But can't
timing of that movie, the
they
third
use it,
the
though? They may
they
not be able
can
to.
if they want to.
How?
They can if they want to. If
How if
like,
Sony owns the rights to that
here's
character?
the thing. Here's my conspiracy, because the movie is also the third movie of the Miles Morales,
Mm,
beyond the Spider-Verse.
mm,
If I'm saying that right, the title
mhm,
right. My
mhm.
apologies. I'm just
That sounds familiar,
rushing right
yeah.
now. Yeah, yeah. Uh, it's coming next year as well, but it's coming before
Mm.
Secret Wars. So
Oh,
my
I see.
theory is that if he if he if the movie releases before Secret Wars, is he
Mhm,
going to be in Secret Wars with
mm,
Tom Holland,
mm.
Andrew Garfield? There's
I'm
also
sorry, what
rumors
and
that
who?
Tobey Maguire is going to be in the
Hold
first
on,
one.
hold on. Bert, I need you to back up.
Yeah,
Did
go
you say
ahead.
Andrew Garfield?
Might be, but there's rumors that Andrew
And
Garfield might be in Secret
and
Wars.
and Toby? Did you just say Toby?
Maybe Tom Maguire's gonna be. Well, there's strong. The rumors are getting strong with Tom
You're
Maguire's. It,
you're my heart
yeah,
grew 3
yeah.
times that day.
The rumors are getting strong that Tom Maguire is in Doomsday.
Oh my g Juicy?
He's the only Spider-Man in Doomsday. So like,
Oh,
a Spider-Man is gonna be in
calm
Doomsday.
my heart,
Yes,
calm my
yes.
heart. Oh my
So
god,
yeah,
if I see Toby,
yeah.
yeah,
Yep, yep. There's strong rumors
you
like
don't
that
even
he's
know.
there. So like, but they're not showing him because he's like a
Oh,
surprise.
no, yeah, they're not gonna
Are
show
you gonna
him, of course
Yeah,
not,
yeah, yeah.
because
So
I'm pretty sure he said, like,
yeah.
after the 3rd Spider-Man movie that I don't think that he wouldn't do it again, but
No,
kind of alluded that, like, this
he
is, like, a one-time awesome thing kinda thing.
mhm.
No one expected him to come back again.
He didn't wanna take take away from Tom Holland's,
No,
no, he didn't
right,
wanna do that, no.
right. So
Yeah.
it's because he's done it. He had his
Yeah, yeah,
moment, right?
yeah, yeah,
Same thing with Andrew Garfield. They both
yeah.
had their moment. But it's I swear, if I
Yeah,
see
yeah, yeah,
Toby, because 'cause I'm definitely gonna see Doomsday. If I
yeah,
see Toby,
yeah, yeah, there's strong
you
there
don't
well,
even
I'm
get it.
that's why I'm saying there's strong rumors. Strong
I
rumors that
He's
he's
my
gonna be in there.
favorite. He's my
But
favorite Spider-Man.
but when it comes to Secret Wars, there's like I'm not sure how strong the rumors are with like Andrew Garfield,
Right.
and but
I feel
like
like Andrew
like
Garfield
Tom
needs to
Holland's
come
most
back.
likely gonna be in there. Yeah.
I definitely
What?
feel like Andrew Garfield needs to come back and do another one. Because again, like, I always thought it was odd that he didn't come back
Mhm,
and do a 3rd one. I vaguely remember hearing rumors that he didn't do it because they had killed Emma Stone off of the 2nd movie,
mhm,
and
mhm.
if they dated at the time. So,
Yeah.
I I heard that rumor, and I'm like,
And
"That's stupid."
He's probably wondering. So
He didn't wanna do
how
it
you
without
guys
her.
how he's probably wondering
So,
how you guys gonna bring out back Emma Stone back
well, they're not together now, so I
and the
don't think he
writer's like
cares.
we can't.
They're not together now, so I don't think that matters to
I know.
him,
I'm
so
just back in the day.
he's
I was like,
probably
it's like
thinking,
he's
"That
probably
was
like in the
stupid."
third one. He's like probably in the third one. How you gonna bring back
No,
Emma Stone?
he's probably thinking, like,
Mhm.
now, he's like, "Well, that was a stupid decision to not do another movie
Yeah.
because that relationship didn't last."
Yeah,
But
yeah, 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 that too.
but,
Yeah.
yeah, the Fifth Element murder, because
But
you
yeah,
we expected that they would do at least
yeah.
3
Yeah,
for
for
Andrew
Andrew,
Garfield as well,
yeah,
and
but
that didn't happen.
it didn't happen, so,
But
it
he
is what it is.
honestly, he had one of my favorite ones, this might seem crazy, but I really like the one where they have with the lizard guy. He was the one with the lizard guy.
I think
I
that was
love that
Spider
movie.
I think it's either
That was the first one,
I can't
his
remember.
first
Yeah, it was
one,
the first one, yeah. It
and
was the
then the
first one, yeah.
second one was with Jamie Foxx,
Yeah, Fox. Yes.
which he was
Yeah, that
great. He was
mhm,
great,
mhm, mhm,
but they
mhm,
brought him back
mhm. For the
for the
third,
3rd
Tom Holland,
movie.
yeah,
Yeah, they
third,
brought
yeah.
him back.
Uh-huh,
They brought back, Doc Ock. They
uh-huh.
brought back, uh,
Lizard and the
they brought Lizard
Sandman.
back? I don't
Hmm?
remember them bringing oh, yeah, they did bring Lizard back, you're
Yeah,
right.
yeah, yeah,
Sandman,
yeah,
loved that. That was
yeah,
great. Because you
yeah.
know what? Sandman wasn't a bad guy. He
Uh-huh,
was a misunderstood
yeah,
guy. He was just
and
trying to do for his daughter.
yeah,
I
yeah,
loved him, actually. He was
yeah,
my
yeah,
favorite
yeah,
Batman.
yeah, yeah,
Besides besides,
yeah.
um
Well, and
God,
then
what's his
they
name? Why
brought
is it
back
not coming to me?
Willem Dafoe as
Thank you. But, I
Congo.
mean,
Yeah.
his character's name.
Uh, uh,
Uh,
what's his name? Osborn.
Osborn. I wanna say Harry, but it's not Harry Osborn.
It's not Harry Osborn.
That's the son.
It's the father. Uh,
Why I think it's an O. No, that can't be right. Uh, uh, are
uh,
you Googling?
good. Yeah, yeah, I'm googling. Oh,
Good.
sorry, my
'Cause I don't know
bad.
why it's not coming to me right now. Because obviously he's great. Um,
Hold on, probably have to
hmm?
give me a second.
Okay.
Norman Osborn. There you go.
That's
Yeah,
it.
Norman Osborn. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. So
great.
that was
I think I
yeah,
need to go
yeah,
back and watch the 3rd movie.
yeah, yeah,
Because clearly I'm in a
yeah.
place of,
Mhm,
uh,
mhm,
just that
mhm.
place of,
But yeah,
anyways.
yeah. Like, I know we went like off course. The point what we were making is that yes, the reason why he's not in video games is probably because he's not Miles is not very much established yet until he's into the live action movies, etc. All that stuff. And then, yeah, still put him in more video games along with Peter Parker, but I don't know why they put Penny Parker, where she hasn't been that
She hasn't been on
established
anything.
in video games, which,
Right.
yeah, I don't remember the last time Penny Parker was established in video games. But, um, uh, but yeah, yeah, that doesn't make any sense. But maybe because
Decisions were made.
yeah, maybe because it was a creative decision by the devs of the
Maybe
video
the
game.
wrong decisions were made.
Yeah, but either way, it is what it is.
Yeah,
But yeah, at the end of this topic is basically, yeah, I believe that Shuri deserves a spot in the video game,
I do think.
and and basically don't be a hater at all
Don't be a
because
guy.
yeah,
Don't be like that.
yeah, yeah, because T'Challa has been in numerous of games. She'll be in
I
more
mean,
games in the
I love
future.
T'Challa too,
Yeah,
okay? I do too.
me too, me too. He'll be in numerous of games in the near future. Same with
Yeah.
probably Shuri. Shuri probably gonna have a game together in the near future as well.
Yeah.
If Marvel really wants that, or a game a dev team will pick that up and just basically make that game. They will make that game in the future. So I just don't understand the outrage, the fake outrage. It'll be cool if T'Challa comes on that game in the near future, Marvel Tokon in the near future as a DLC, and everybody will be happy by then. But everybody's just like outraged because it's not T'Challa, it's Shuri, and in my opinion, I think
She's
it's
a
because
woman.
she's a woman, and they don't want their Black Panther
She's a
being
black woman.
they want to be a black strong man, you
Ugh.
know, and
Which again, nothing
this
against
yeah,
a
yeah, nothing
strong
against
black man either. Trust me.
nothing against
Like,
I have nothing against that. Like I
no,
don't care. I don't care. Like to be fair, like I said, like we said, there's not a lot of uh ma- main characters in terms of video games when it comes to black women as well.
mm,
Like
yeah,
like not just fighting games, not in Marvel games in general. I mean,
just
in like
generally, yeah.
games in general. Same with black men as well. There's not a lot of black representation in
No,
video
no.
games as well. I can name like a few, right? But we need more, right?
Hmm.
It's been a lot of like white character video games
Huh.
like I play as. So
Imagine how
like,
other races feel too. Because
yeah,
again, I'm sure, because again,
yes,
we're talking here about,
yes,
these, the
yes,
two black African
yeah.
characters.
Hmm.
Um, but there is also Asian representation in the
That too.
MCU. Where is
Yeah,
he?
yeah.
He ain't here
Oh
either.
yeah, there's
We
no
didn't talk about him.
Shang-Chi in that game. It's real. So like,
Oh,
there's a
he's
lot.
hot.
To be fair, there's a lot of Asian main characters in video games as well too. So
I
like,
feel like there is probably more Asian representation in video games generally, but I'm also just talking like general pop culture. You don't see a lot of Asian representation either, just generally
hmm,
speaking.
yep,
So, we all have
yep,
some work to
yep,
do.
yep, yep. So just stop. It's just one game.
Yeah, it's not that
Let it be.
serious.
Let it be.
Just play the game, have
It's
some
not that
fun.
serious. Just want to have some fun and
Huh.
just
Everything has
enjoy
to be
it.
serious.
Cause I'm gonna be,
But
yeah, I'm gonna be buying it
but this is
regardless
the
of
this
who is
is the
ever getting.
problem.
Yep.
This is the problem with this generation,
Mhm.
with the times that we're in. We
Yep.
have to complain about everything.
Mhm.
Just shut up and play the game.
Yep.
It's fine. It's not the end of the
Yep.
world.
Yep.
Anyways,
And they're gonna complain about what you're excited, but I want my
I don't
T'Challa.
care.
I want my T'Challa.
I don't care if you're gonna have a problem because, like,
Yeah.
again,
Yeah.
can we all just be happy and have fun? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Anyways.
Yeah. It's not that
In a
serious.
world
You'll get it.
in the world we are currently in right now, where the
Yeah.
world is on fire
Yeah.
a little
Yeah.
bit,
Yeah.
this is the least of our
Yeah.
concerns.
Yeah.
That the fact that T'Challa didn't make it onto a video game. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
I agree with you. Yeah. Yep.
anyway,
That's it. That's
let's just
all.
do the final topic real quick.
Yep.
We've been talking about this one for a while. Okay, so residents of this Mississauga mobile home park must leave to make way for affordable housing. I think
Mhm.
that's of March 19th. So residents of the Twin Pines Mobile Home Park in Mississauga's Somerville district are enraged that they're being kicked out by City Hall to make room for a different form of affordable housing. They now have
Mhm.
until the end of April, so we'll see if this actually went through, but most likely it did, to either accept an offer of $50,000 to vacate the premises within the next year or receive a subsidy on their next home, with would-be tenants paying 30% of their income on monthly rent and Mississauga covering the
Mm.
rest. In response, Twin Pines said via its website that the city's proposed $50,000 wouldn't cover the cost of purchasing a home in a similar mobile park, which can
Mm.
cost up to $400,000. That's
Mm.
ridiculous.
Wow.
The group goes on to claim that such funds would also cover less than 2 years' rent in Mississauga's
Mhm.
expensive real estate market, which is comparable to that of Toronto. So, just to put that into perspective, meaning, how can anyone rent in Mississauga? Let's continue. What if there are no private rentals available? The Twin Pines Post reads, where will we go? Guess we'll be back paying market rent of $2,441 a month on a pension of $2,100 a month. Somehow that doesn't seem to work. The park notes that the majority of its residents are seniors and somehow lived there since childhood for more than 60 years.
Mhm.
Peel region says on its website that its Peel Housing Corporation purchased the 25-acre lot all the way back in 1996 and signaled intent to build atop the land in 2016.
Mm,
The redevelopment of Twin Pines is an important part of our long-term strategy to increase housing supply, says the statement. The objective is to create additional affordable housing by maximizing the land holdings at its site for broader community benefit.
mhm,
Peel anticipates more than 1,000 homes to eventually reside on site, replacing the 130 there today. But there is currently no particular plan, and a developer has not yet been hired. Mississauga
mm,
has recently found to be the eighth most expensive place to rent in
mhm,
Canada. To address affordability issues, the city recently approved a motion to eliminate development charges for certain units. It also updated zoning laws to allow townhouses on smaller lots and is providing gentle density incentives for builders to create garden suites and fourplexes.
mm.
So that is that, but that really sucks that I mean, I'm not surprised, but it's just crazy that, like, they actually made this deal, 30 years ago, and I guess they weren't they weren't informed of that, like, the residents
Mhm.
at this mobile home park, like, they weren't made aware that that happened 30
It
years
it
ago?
they should, inform them about
Of
that, but
course, yeah,
yeah.
and and then and then they were just gonna build 20 years later and 10 years ago, and then
Mhm,
clearly that didn't happen.
mhm,
For what reasons, I don't know, because you can't blame it on COVID. COVID wouldn't happen for another 4 years.
mhm.
So it's just interesting that, like I know, like, these type of things take forever, like, for example, um, do you know the, um, plaza unit that's by, like, where the Sal's is in Ajax? Do you know what I mean?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, like, that whole section has been bought out to rebuild. I don't know I think they're planning to build, I think it was condos there, but I'm not sure. But they had bought that whole area out ye it easily has to be 10, 15 years ago. Nothing's been done
Yeah,
yet.
maybe because, like I remember hearing that there was some protest.
Yeah,
There was some protest
yeah,
going on because they
yeah,
want their grocery store
yeah.
staying
Because
there because it was
I'll tell
pretty
you
yeah.
what, if that whole place goes,
Mhm,
South isn't gonna go it's not gonna go anywhere else. And
mhm,
Sal's is obviously very cheap in comparison to other grocery stores.
mhm,
Um, so, like, if building were to actually happen and they tear down and build,
mhm.
Sal's is not coming back.
Yep.
And now, obviously, so much has changed for that
Uh-huh.
area, um, since they've bought it out. Because
Yeah.
there's the
So the
homelessness.
yes.
Um, that's where the
Uh,
homelessness are, and
yeah.
I don't think that's gonna
S
change.
so
Where
I
would they
saw
go?
so, like, I think it was, like, a couple months ago, I saw a video on YouTube. It was basically somebody that did, like, a 1980s video on the on Ajax, and you can
Mhm.
see so
Oh,
much
yeah.
has changed
So
since
much has
then.
changed.
And then
So much has changed, it's crazy.
you see that area, the area that we're talking about,
Mhm,
the plaza
mhm,
talking about. There are a lot of business going on in there,
mhm,
a lot,
mhm.
etcetera, like, things that I didn't know. There was a Canadian Tire
I did
where the
not know that.
Repsol yeah, the Repsol is. I was like, "Huh?
I know
For real?"
that Canadian Tire,
Yeah.
where they currently are now, is not where it always was.
Yeah,
I
yeah, yeah,
not
yeah.
remember where it
Yeah,
was
yeah.
before, though.
But it was where the Repsol I think it was where the
That is
Repsol is in.
nuts.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, that's
And then
crazy.
it
And
looks
that's
at it
weird because,
yeah,
like, I don't know how long Home Hardware has been in that
yeah,
plaza.
yeah.
But if they'd been in that plaza at the same time as
Mhm,
Canadian
mhm,
Tire, that feels
mhm,
like some serious ass competition.
mhm. Yeah,
But
now it looks like a ghost town. They
oh
need to
yeah,
do
it's
serious
it needs a
reconstruct
lot of
like
work, and that's
yeah,
why
yeah.
that's why probably someone was able to swoop in and buy that property, buy that
Yeah,
land, because
yeah,
it's been like that for decades,
yeah.
it feels, you know what I mean? At
It's
least since at least the last 20 years, it's
yeah,
been really
yeah,
bad in
yeah.
that area,
I just don't
that
think we need.
plaza.
I just don't think we need like I don't get the condos. I
There's
understand we need
so
more
many
housing.
condos.
I understand we need housing, but like we don't need like the condos are not doing well. Like I heard like a
Yeah.
lot of rumors that the condos are like not doing too good. Like
Honestly, like, what I'll say is, because obviously they have the Pat Bailey Square, right? And they have, like,
mhm,
I think it's 4 different buildings in the one little cluster there, and I actually looked at an apartment in there when me and my boyfriend were looking last year, and it's really nice in there, do not get me wrong, but when we talk about pricing at that time, I'm curious to know what it's looking like now, but last year, they say to us that the rent is, I think it was 2,099
mhm,
or 2,073 or something like that,
mhm, mhm, mhm,
which was within our budget.
mhm.
But then when you have to include, you got to pay for parking,
Yeah,
then you have to get your own utilities. With all of that, you're up to like $2,500 a month, right?
yeah, yeah.
And it's like, it's, I mean, rent generally is expensive, but it's
Mhm.
just like, it's not worth it. It's not worth it so I can be
Yep,
in this center,
yep.
of whatever. But that's
Mhm,
exactly it. Like, we really don't need, because again, like, there's the buildings across the street from there.
mhm,
There's down at the Pat Bailey Square. There's buildings down the street at Penelope Court. There's a building on Church Street. There's buildings all over the place now in Ajax. And it's and then if you wanna branch out a little bit more, you got buildings in Whitby, you got buildings in Pickering, because they have new
mhm,
buildings in
mhm,
Pickering now too.
mhm.
So it's like, I feel like in Pickering, they've erected, like, 10 of them. You know what I mean? Like,
Right,
it's so many
right.
different buildings that they've erected in Pickering, and it's we don't need more condos. We don't
Yes,
need it, but
yes.
we are building another building. I don't remember where it is now.
Yeah.
But they are
I
building another building
I
in
mean, like,
Ajax.
I'm cool with, like, townhouses getting built around, like, the
Yeah, they
ones that,
haven't I
like,
haven't seen them build a townhouse in a while.
yeah, the one behind that plaza, uh, where I used to work, the Salvation Army, they built I think they built townhouses around there, right?
Yes,
Yeah,
yes, there's townhouses there.
yeah, so, like,
Um,
yeah,
those aren't new though. I feel like they were there when you were still working there.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
But,
yeah, yeah, and then they built more
those
beside it. Mhm.
yes, those were
Yes.
probably the more recent builds of townhouses.
Yeah.
Um, which is such an odd location, but whatever.
Yeah, to be yeah,
It's a
yeah,
very odd location,
yeah.
but those are there, and then there's also townhouses if you go further down Harwood towards Taunton, there's those townhouses there too, and they're quite nice, and they make a little bit more sense in terms of location, but they're there as well. But, and I feel like we are still building other homes as well,
Mhm,
but, um obviously buying homes in Ajax nowadays is very expensive, which is why I understand why they're doing condos, because obviously condos are going to be less expensive than buying a home, um, buying a house. But it's just,
mhm,
we're small. We're still a town.
mhm.
We don't have the space for this. Like,
Yep.
and now they're also building on a rush basis, they're building, the building across the street by Achilles there for the homeless. They're building long-term care homes. I see they're building 2 of them
Mhm.
in Ajax right now. Where was I the other day where I saw they're building another long-term care home? Where did I go?
Mm.
I think it actually might have been just at the border of it being Ajax. I think that's where I saw it, where they're building another long-term care home. They're
Mhm.
building a long-term care home on Harwood as well. they're building a lot of different things right now at the same time, and it's like, we're gonna run out of space. Like,
Yes.
we're small.
Mhm.
But you're right, like,
I right.
Ajax has developed so much, like, my mom talks about it because I mean, she's lived in Ajax since, I would say, the late '70s, and, the way she talks about how Ajax has developed so much in, like, the last 50 years you know, is crazy. And even in, like, my lifetime, seeing how much Ajax has developed since the
Mhm.
'90s is
Mhm. Yeah.
is crazy.
Mhm. Yeah.
It's absolutely
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah, it is. It's yeah. I couldn't when I was watching it, I couldn't believe it. I was like, "Oh,
Yeah.
wow. It's just grass."
Yes.
It's just
That
grass
is what
here,
my mom
and then you
said.
look
It
at
was
there's, oh, it's a lot of
it's
houses that's been built
yes.
and
Like,
pauses and yeah.
I don't know if you would know this area, but I remember go if you drove down Westney and you're
Mhm.
going east, but
Mhm.
obviously Westney kind of curves and then you're going well, technically go north and then you curve and go east.
Mhm.
Um,
Mhm.
there's some houses, again, odd location, that are kind of right as you pass Giant Tiger. If
Mhm.
you go down Westney and you're passing Giant Tiger going east, um, there's, like, these houses there. It's like this a little I guess you I don't know if you would consider it a cul-de-sac, but it's just like a little section of, like, 4 houses, 4 or 5 houses just sitting there at this corner, and I remember when they built those. It was,
Mm.
I think, the late '90s, early 2000s. I remember when they built those because there was nothing there. It was just this patch of not even grass, it was just this patch of nothing, and
Yep.
I remember when they built those, and you know, that was, like, crazy, and then seeing how much it's developed since then, it's just nuts.
Yep.
But anyways, we
Yeah.
could talk about this topic for a while, but
Mhm.
that is it.
That is it for the
The
next day
only thing I
podcast.
will say to end this
Mhm.
off, because it's
Mhm.
coming out a day later,
Mhm.
but it's today as we record. Happy Mother's Day to all the moms.
Yeah. Happy Mother's Day as
Yeah.
well. Yeah. Yeah. Hopefully you guys have a great day on that day and
Yep.
enjoy it.
Yep.
All right.
All
That's it.
right.
All right.
That is it. We'll be back with
Okay.
another one on Wednesday. We're doing the
Mhm.
bonus episode for May. Um, but then other than that, yeah, that's it.
All right.
All right.
Okay. Bye, guys.
Bye. If you liked what you heard with our podcast, you can head on over to our website, which is solo.to/next take podcast. There you can get any of the links to any of our social media, which is Facebook, Instagram at Next Take Podcast, and Twitter, TikTok, and Blue Sky at Next Take Pod. You can also find links to our Reddit page and many other things, I'm sure. Can't remember all the top of my head. You can also email us at mikeltanyka@gmail.com. There you can send us any inquiries that you have, any questions, or also any episode ideas. And if you do have episode ideas, just make sure you put in the subject line episode ideas, and we'll add it to our list. If you also liked us, you can like us, rate us, follow us on any of your favorite podcast apps. You can rate us, however, on Spotify and Apple Podcast. We would greatly appreciate that. And we'll also move forward and share or spot a light on those who give us 5-star ratings in the future. That is it for us. We'll see you next time for the episode.